So welcome back to the Dadskillz car channel. Today, hot on the heels of getting that engine rebuilt and back in the car, we're going to try and get this engine running. Now, to add a bit of YouTuber style jeopardy, my plan was get this engine running, get the front end back on, to be able to pick my daughter up from school Friday night. I started early Friday morning, pick my daughter up to surprise her Friday afternoon. That was the plan. Did it work out? Well, let's take a look, that's all I can say. So good morning and welcome back to the Dadskillz car channel. Now, hot on the heels of, well, it was actually last night, but my previous video, the engine is in and I've actually started attaching things. We have, rightly or wrongly, a wheel back on this side. It might be wrong because I need to get some clips back in there and stuff, but this side is back together. We have, so obviously drive shafts are in, brand new drive shafts. I will put a little video up now of why I changed the drive shafts, and they're so cheap. They're so cheap. So this side, almost done. Do you remember we cut this drop link off? I need to get that out. That can go back in, that. And then this side is done. But the first thing we need to do today, and we won't be able to see it from here, is I need to put some gearbox oil in before I forget. We can do that now with the drive shafts in. Engine's got oil in it. Then round the back we have exhaust to go on. We've got a new gasket for that. I've actually got new bolts for that. And then we can come around the front. Now there's some wiring. I need some wiring to go onto the starter motor, which I don't know where that is. Fill it up until it overflows. So I shall do that now. It's meant to take 2 litres. The man told me in the shop, but it's taken about 1.5. But that's no problem. We'll be checking all these in a couple of weeks' time. So, plug can go back in. Not much of a spectator sport, that, but the exhaust is on, new gasket and exhaust, so I can't see any reason why we can't put the intake back on. Hopefully all these plugs are self-explanatory to put back in. Lots of stuff plugged in, but I still have, this is a mystery, but maybe once I get a few more bits on there, that will clear itself. And then I'm also missing that. There was one on there. That's just a case of digging around and see if we can find it. this, didn't know what that did. That is for a air conditioning compressor. That's why it was dangling, and that's why it can now live up there. All the rails on. That'll be plugged in, not yet though. And then we had 3 bits down the back there. We had a connection to the starter, we had our oil pressure switch, and we had a connection to the steering pump. So we're getting there. Next step, there's something goes here. I'm going to look back at another video. There's like a little filter goes there somewhere, I think. I'll stop to stretch my back for a minute. So this had to come off about 46 times because I've got the water pipe I forgot goes down the back there. All sorts, but fuel system, more of the engine mounting all in, ground in. We have heat shields down the back there in. So as I've got good access, I think we go for the battery tray next. I don't think there's any reason why we can't put some water in it. If I can get that lid off. Radiator's on, loose at the front, but it can be fastened should it be sorted. I've got a few cables that I don't know where they go, like that one. It doesn't even look like it's ever been plugged in. And there's some sort of sensor on top of the gearbox. I know that had a plug in it, but I can't find it. I don't know where that is. And there's one here though as well. Don't know. But, right. Let us use the proper fluid, shall we? Ready mixed G84, 48, whatever it is. Will the thermostat be closed on it? Fantastic. Is there an easier way to fill this car up? Probably not. Okay, I'll put some water in it. Put the airbox in just because we can really. Right. Battery and see if anything sets on fire. Ooh. Right, as we know, positive first. Full gone. Okay. Ooh, I can hear stuff. Okay. Do we have anything on fire? No. That's good. Right, okay, so battery's connected, ECU's connected. Now the exercise of this is not to start it because everything's disconnected, but just to turn it over and build oil pressure. So we have nothing on the dash, is that right? We have no other lights. Oh my God, what a palaver. So for the last hour or so, I've been thinking, what the hell is going on? I unplugged a couple of fuses down there, and that one should be for the petrol tank, sender, pump, whatever. Pulled out 2 fuses down there that I thought were labelled up as petrol, but they actually did the bloody dash lights. And now we have that back. Right, so it says no oil light. There's no oil light to go out on there. So maybe we've built compression oil pressure when I was wanging it over before. Let's see if we can start it, shall we? Coils are connected. Fuel pump's back connected. It should start. Ooh, can you hear the fuel pump? Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. We will be lacking some serious fuel pressure. Right. Fuel pump back on. Okay. Okay. Right. We've got loads of lights on, we've still got a fucking fuel pressure light on. Why is that? Right, let's have a little look round it. I can't believe we've got no oil pressure. We've lots of oil and stuff to burn off down there. So, at that point, I stopped recording. I was, to put it politely, pissed off. I'd done all that work to try and solve a couple of problems with this Mini. We'd had the whole engine out, and I still had that oil pressure light on. Now, I actually got to pick my daughter up from school Friday afternoon, which was really good. And I've been out and about in that car, and that car has not got low oil pressure. There is nothing wrong with the oil pressure in that car. Other little things I've got, we changed the ABS pump, didn't we? And I've still got the ABS light on occasionally. That still needs sorting. The brakes are fine. They're a bit spongy, but they're fine. So, am I disappointed? No, not really. That engine would have needed to be rebuilt anyway. Any Mini that's done 100,000 miles, the engine is going to need some serious work because it'll be leaking like a sieve. So I've done the right thing, but we haven't sorted it just yet, and that's really disappointing. So join me in the next video where we'll see if we can crack it.